It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Kitchen Land USA, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning to you on Friday. It's good to be back with you. I know Sarah and some others held down the fort while I was gone.
Yes.
Diana was here.
The lovely Diana, yes.
She is lovely. So thanks to her for filling in for me while I was out of town, but I'm back now. Just in time for the weekend, which is how I like to plan.
There you go. We will get to some news. It is 6.5 years in federal prison for a man who police say illegally bought firearms at a gun show in Greene County. The 24-year-old is the third person in trouble in this same case. All three of them pleaded guilty. Investigators say this latest one sentenced, Deshaun Franklin, is associated with a known gang in the area and is linked to other violent crimes and firearm offenses. A woman who was sexually abused or sexually assaulted, I should say, while she was in the Greene County jail in 2023 is now suing in federal court. Former jailer Alejandro Lopez has already pleaded guilty for attempted sexual conduct in the course of public duty and for assault, but 3 other counts against him were dismissed. Lopez was sentenced to 60 days in jail and 2 years of probation. The woman's attorney says it was not enough. The incidents, attorneys argue, gave that woman PTSD, caused severe distress, making it hard to go to work. And you can read the details, lots of details online.
Okay. Meanwhile, you may notice that the Greene County Sheriff's deputies are now wearing short sleeves outside. They can do that even if they have tattoos. Yeah, new rule. Until now, they had to wear long sleeves to cover up the tattoos. But the sheriff changed the rules, saying tattoos have become more socially acceptable these days. So as a result, the sheriff's department has loosened things up, you could say. Trying to get recruits, too. That's a big part of
yeah, for sure.
Getting people to come, because so many people have tattoos now. The Food and Drug Administration now, meanwhile, confirms that 2 leading COVID-19 vaccines may cause a heart issue, mainly seen in young men. Myocarditis, which is a type of heart inflammation, emerged as a complication, as you'll recall, after the first shots became widely available back in 2021. The FDA sent letters to both Pfizer and Moderna asking them to update and expand the warnings to add more details about the problem and to cover a large group of patients. Specifically, the new warning lists the risk of myocarditis as 8 cases per 1 million people who got the shot. The label notes that the problem has been most common among males ages 12 to 24, but that's not all. You can read more about that on the FDA's website. More than 1,400 volunteers came together yesterday to help 130 projects across our area. It was the annual United Way Day of Caring event, which is always a fun event. Record turnout yesterday as well, so that's fantastic. They worked in several Springfield nonprofits, community areas as well, and also in Rogersville, Fairgrove, several other local communities. Doing good work out there, so good on everybody who participated.
Mm-hmm. If you would like to make a little extra money and you have some seeds to spare, the Missouri Department of Conservation is currently buying seeds from the public. They need seeds for any species that produce seed in late summer and in the fall. So call ahead, make sure that they don't already have the limit of that seed that you might have access to. Right now, they are accepting aromatic sumac, serviceberry that is ripe and ready to go, and then red mulberry that is ripe and purple in color. You can take your seeds to the Conservation Department, the Southwest Regional Office, which is here in Springfield. Speaking of the Missouri Department of Conservation, there is a little video from the Ozark County Times. If you're familiar, this is in Gainesville, and would you look at that? This lady is trying to enjoy her backyard. You can see her on her carport. Can you imagine sitting outside and that thing walking up? Did you see it? It's wild. She sent that into the newspaper in the Gainesville area, and boom. Ha! Yeah, it's pretty wild. I'm A little bit jealous, but also I don't want to get eaten.
Well, that's been happening a while, often here. We've had Nixa had a bear, Ozark had a bear, and now you broke up on me, so I didn't hear where that was. Where is it?
That is in Gainesville.
Gainesville.
So,
Okay.
yeah, Ozark County Times, the newspaper publication down there sent that out. But yeah, you know where Gainesville is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
I don't know. I guess we'll start to see more bears. The black bear population in Missouri is increasing. So
Yeah, because they did a
maybe-
hunt, remember? Francis Skaliski was telling the media last year, I guess it was, that they allowed a short season of bear hunting. So gotta control the population.
All right. What's going on this weekend?
Lots of things going on this weekend. So if you go to aroundtheozarks.com, you will see all sorts of things because this is the last weekend before the 4th of July. So 4th of July is, of course, a week from today, but already if you just look at all of the weekend events, you can see that pretty much in every single community, Republic is listed. They are having their Have a Blast patriotic celebration on Hines Street. They're at J.R. Martin Park. There's also an event in Mount Vernon with fireworks, an event in Clever, Rogersville, Freedom Fest in Willard, 4th of July Bash at the Marketplace Boutique. That's in Republic. Annual fireworks in Brookline. So I feel like there's a little bit of something for everyone in your specific community because there's so many different events that you can find one near you geographically.
Yeah, I was looking that up last week or maybe earlier this week. Time flies. I don't know. But I was looking and there are a lot of 4th of July events, but many of them are not on the 4th of July. They're on the days leading up to, even this weekend. A lot of fireworks. There's not a lot of fireworks options on Independence Day evening, even though it's a Friday, which was
I do find that a little strange. I don't understand. It's kind of like I remember I used to always do the 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb, and it was never on 9/11. It was always on like the days surrounding it. And I don't know. There's certain days in history that are super significant. I don't know why. Because I feel like they'd have better turnout on the 4th of July, but I also don't have to organize said events. Right. So maybe there's a great reason that I am totally unaware of.
I don't know. I guess maybe they think people do their own fireworks on the 4th. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe they do, but not cool ones. You know?
That's true.
Also, Springfield Cardinals, they will have fireworks on July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So if you would like to get out to a Cardinals game and watch the fireworks after the game is over, those are always fabulous as well at Hammonds Field.
Okay. There you go.
There you go. Make sure you check it out. Aroundtheozarks.com. Click on events. You can see the events calendar with all sorts of things going on, 4th of July related and not, and otherwise. So thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. And we do hope to see you back here on Monday morning.
Yep. We'll see you.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. You are listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Thanks for joining me here on this beautiful Friday morning. It's shaping up to be yet another hot summer day in the Ozarks. Temperature is starting out in the 70s. We've got mostly sunny skies for you this morning. Some cloud cover developing by the afternoon. And then much like the last several days, there's this chance for some isolated showers and thunderstorms to develop during the peak heating of the day. Now, the rain is not a guarantee for everybody. These are not washout type days. You're going to see a lot of rain chances in the weekend forecast and even carrying over into the forecast early next week. Not washout chances. These are isolated opportunities for showers and thunderstorms. The main story for you is that there's really just not a whole lot of change in this forecast. We continue to see high heat, high humidity, and a whole lot of sunshine heading our direction. So summer is still out in full effect. Heat index values, in fact, today lasting through early next week are going to be in the upper 90s. It will be a hot stretch, not quite as warm as it was early in the work week. So that's good news for us. It's still going to be very warm, but no heat headlines. Just remember to, practice all your heat safety as we go through the weekend forecast, as folks are spending more time outdoors. Not only do you have to keep an eye to the sky for any quick developing thunderstorms, but you also just need to be mindful of spending an extended period of time in a heat index that is in the upper 90s. Now, we do still have the opportunity for some isolated showers and thunderstorms today. I'm giving it about a 30% chance. So I think most stay dry in the forecast, but if you get right underneath one of these storms, they've been producing some heavy downpours briefly. Not really expecting any severe weather out of these, but perhaps some wind and some heavy rain briefly before the showers move on. There is going to be this opportunity, though, for the daily chance to continue through the weekend, each and every day, all the way through about Wednesday of next week. No all-day washouts are expected, but if you're making your weekend plans, you're trying to think, okay, I need to be by a pool, a river, a lake, area of water to cool off, just make sure you have that safety plan in place if one of those thunderstorms does develop in your area. It is still going to be toasty next week, so there's no shortage of the upper 80s in my extended forecast. Just some good reminders: protecting yourself from the heat and the sun. Drink plenty of water if you're going to be outside to protect and avoid against heat stress. Sunscreen, of course, UV index has been considered extremely high with burn time in less than 10 minutes the last couple of days. That will continue to be an issue over the weekend. Wear lightweight and loose-fitting clothing if possible, and light in color is best. You don't want the black shirt. That absorbs the heat a little bit more. Also, remember to take regular breaks in the shade. If you can find some shade, give yourself some relief. There is this daily opportunity for showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. It's about a 30% chance each day. I'll call it isolated at best. We will see heat index values, though, approaching 100 degrees. That is no difference, and daily lows will only fall back into the low 70s. So air conditioners are working overtime the last week or so, and that will continue through the weekend and the early part of next week. Around the country, what's making headlines as we head into the weekend? Well, it's this prolonged and intense heat wave from the Midwest to the mid-Atlantic. We have unsettled weather that could produce severe weather and excessive rainfall for parts of the central and eastern U.S. as well. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. Which cloud type, often described as looking like a cotton ball, is associated with fair weather and typically has a puffy white appearance? And the options that I gave you were A, cumulus, B, stratus, C, cirrus, or D, lenticular. And the answer is A, cumulus. These are the most common beautiful fair weather clouds. They look like puffy cotton-like clouds on fair weather days, characterized by flat bases and white tops. They can resemble cauliflower when they grow vertically, and that's something to look out for in the next couple of days. If you see one of these cumulus clouds starting to grow up in the atmosphere, it could indicate that you're going to get one of those isolated showers or thunderstorms as the cumulus cloud turns to the cumulonimbus cloud. All right, here's the quiz question that I have for you that I'll answer on Monday morning. Which phenomenon causes sunshine to appear in various colors during sunrise and sunset? What do you think that's due to? Do you think it's A, refraction, B, diffraction, C, scattering, or D, reflection? You can let me know. Remember your physics class. That's going to be the quiz question for Monday morning. I hope everyone has an enjoyable summer-like weekend here in the Ozarks. Find a way to stay cool and watch for those isolated storms. We're looking at a high temperature today in Springfield of 88 degrees, feeling more like the mid-90s though. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a great one.